Every school has its gaming trend. You know, Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering, Bakugan, or Go-Go Crazy Bones if anybody remembers that. At my old school back in Korea, we played a very competitive game called Ddakji. Some of you may know this game from Squid Games. Ddakji is a traditional South Korean game using folded paper tiles. All you need is the folded origami Ddakji tiles. It is one of the most competitive games in Korea. They also come in different shapes and materials. They also come in stats, strength, and durability for how hard you can hit them and how resistant they are from flipping over. The rules are very simple. You throw one of your Ddakjis onto your opponents. If it doesn't flip over, then it's your opponent's turn. But if it flips over, you get to keep it. Keep that in mind. I had an extensive collection of Ddakji of various kinds. Pokemon Ddakji, Dragon Balls, Naruto, and more. The most popular one we used at school was Cookie Run Ddakji. It's rubberized in the shape of cookies. My main was Muscle Cookie. Last time I remember they had one or two holes at the back where you could put coins in to make them more resistant from flipping over. Overall, fun game to play. You should definitely play it. If you're competitive, I want to recommend it because it always ends a fist fight. Jesus Christ, the kids are violent back in the day. Here's the thing. When I started this Ddakji adventure, I started out with 0 Ddakji. So I gotta get them. Somehow. I asked my parents many times, but they always suggest, hey, why don't you use paper tiles instead? Because it's so much better. No, it's not. It's not better. It's not going to go against a rubber Ddakji, and also no one's going to play with me. So I had no choice to trade one of my valuable Lego Ninjago for Cookie Run Ddakji. So I went from kid to kid. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but I collected a large collection of Ddakjis. Best part about having a large collection of Ddakji is people will come to you and ask you to borrow some. In return, they will offer some of the Ddakjis they earned, but in case if they don't pay us back, we have a specific group of kids that will find them and beat them up, take their snacks, Ddakjis, everything, and then just leave them for nothing. Why do they do this? I have no clue, but we learned about being in debt, loans, interest rates, and loan sharks, so that was a fun lesson to learn. Life was good. For the most of us, the kids who couldn't pay it back, yeah, they get right over. I did a lot of cheap tricks, and every single time I win, I always rub it against them. I recommend not doing that. I was one of the most prominent Ddakji collectors. I had a lot of people in debt, and most of the time they pay it back, but most of the time they didn't pay it back. So yeah, I hired a lot of shark loans, and well, it was really fun to watch. It was hilarious. I love violence. But one day, one kid bought a new pack of Ddakji with better stats and better cookies. Let's call him Jin. Jin got 50,000 won, it's equivalent to $50 in the United States, for his birthday from his grandparents, and somehow kept the money. Because usually, parents take the money away for safekeeping, but he somehow kept it. One day, my friend decided to challenge him for fun. But that was the biggest mistake he could ever make because he got right over because he lost half of his collection by Jin. And then Jin started massacring everyone right afterwards. Everybody lost to Jin. Everyone. The older kids, little kids, girls, janitor, security guard, and the teachers. First of all, how the do you lose to 8-year-olds? You're a grown adult. How the do you lose to them? One day, Jin chose me to battle. It was Clash of the Titans. I win around, Jin wins around. I definitely had a chance against them. Definitely. Little bit.
It's time to do.
Well, that's some bull. Sounds like you got skill issues. Motherfucker, I will you up. Why don't you go yourself, little bitch? After the battle, I only had Muscle Cookie left. So that day, I quit the game and kept the muscle cookie as a trophy. Unfortunately, I lost the cookie. And one day, I decided to go back playing Ddakji again, but with paper Ddakji. However, it was less competitive and not as fun as rubber Ddakji I used to play. The thrill of the game was gone. After mentally recovering from that bored paper Ddakji, I went back to rubber Ddakji again, but this time, it's Pokemons. Yet, it never brought me as much joy as it did with Cookie Run Ddakji. I miss my glory days. I miss when little kids came up to me and asked me to borrow some Ddakjis, and when they don't return it, I hire a bunch of goons to beat the out of them. I miss those days. At least I had fun playing the mom boss, telling people what to do, and also winning so many battles at the same time getting my ass whooped by Jin. I hope I never see him again. Ace, sorry to interrupt, but your card was declined, and therapy isn't free. We gotta play a couple rounds of Ddakji. You gotta be f***ing me.